They had been rivals since childhood and never got along. However, after an unexpected incident, their lives became unexpectedly intertwined. What made the situation even more surprising was that both families witnessed it firsthand. Instead of being upset, the parents were delighted and quickly decided that the two should get married on a later date. The woman could not accept the idea of marrying her longtime rival. She immediately packed her things and left home to avoid the arrangement. What she didn't know was that the man had secretly cared about her for many years. To make sure the marriage could still happen, the man suggested to her father that her bank cards be temporarily restricted. Completely unaware, the woman continued shopping freely. At an auction, she placed a very high bid on an expensive item. To her shock, the staff quietly informed her that her card could no longer be used. The woman was stunned. Nearby, another woman seized the opportunity to mock her, suggesting that she couldn't even afford a large payment anymore and hinting that her family might be facing trouble. The woman immediately called her father, only to be asked when she planned to return home and proceed with the marriage. With her finances cut off, she had no choice but to ask friends for help. However, the man had already made it clear that anyone who helped her would face consequences. As a result, no one dared to step in. Left with no options, the woman finally went to the man and asked to borrow money. She reduced the amount several times, unaware that the man was secretly pleased. This was exactly the situation he had anticipated. He agreed to help her and personally handled the payment. The woman was deeply impressed, thinking that someone willing to step up like that was truly dependable. Her former rival suddenly seemed reliable and considerate. From that moment on, the woman stayed close to him wherever he went. She claimed it was to repay his kindness, though in truth she had no financial support and relied on him for daily needs. Having known her for over 20 years, the man easily saw through her intentions but chose not to expose her. Soon, their roles reversed. The woman relaxed comfortably while the man quietly took care of everyday tasks. Watching his attentive behavior, she couldn't help thinking that life like this wasn't so bad after all. Later, she noticed him stepping outside to take a phone call and overheard her name being mentioned. Curious, she listened closely. It turned out his longtime friend was asking whether her family was considering other marriage arrangements. The man immediately denied the possibility. When the woman asked if he had been speaking to someone special, he admitted he didn't have a partner. When she cautiously asked if he liked anyone, he moved closer and openly said yes. He explained that they were well matched in every way. Their families were equal, and choosing someone familiar was far better than forming a bond with a stranger. His words stirred mixed emotions in her. She believed his reasoning was practical rather than emotional, unaware of how long he had truly cared for her in the past. Whenever others showed interest in her, he quietly intervened to protect her focus on her future. Although he denied his feelings back then, his actions told a different story. Unfortunately, a misunderstanding caused her to believe he disliked her, and she hid her own feelings as well. She took a sip, and memories surfaced of being reprimanded by a teacher because of him back in high school. At that time, his friend had warned him that the girl he cared about was facing trouble because of him, but he insisted it had nothing to do with feelings. When she stepped out of the teacher's office, their eyes met, and her displeasure was clear. Later, in an effort to grow closer, he offered to teach her how to swim. Though she was afraid at first, his patience helped her slowly gain confidence. Watching her determination, he couldn't help but smile. When he stepped away to get her a drink, someone else nearby realized an opportunity was approaching.